Okay, so let's get right down to it. And I got my X-Acto set. You know, I'm gonna hot glue that back into place. But just to show you guys, we've got the all the woodworking tools. We got the block sander. So we're all set. I did a review of the X-Acto set if you want to check that out. And I also did an unboxing of the kit that we're going to be doing. So if you want, you can check that out. But right now, we're going to get started. And let's see. First thing we're going to do. Looks like we're going to lay the keel. And we're going to put the bulkheads in. Nice. So we can put the sails, the rigging, and all that stuff aside for now. We won't need that for a little while. Let's see. We're going to need this sheet because you can see we've got the keel and we've got the bulkheads. And the other one that we have has more of the bulkheads on it. And I don't think these two, or these three, excuse me. Nope, there's no more bulkheads. So for now, we can put all this back, put it aside. And I tried to go to the website to look at for instructions. And of course, the listing doesn't really match what we get in this. And right off the bat, you can see that the cannons are going to be flat, they're wood. Yet in the listing, they were round. So it doesn't say anything about putting the planks alongside of the hull, but obviously you got to do that because it shows a picture of it done. So, okay, this is what we're going to do first. We're going to get we're going to lay the keel and we're going to do all the bulkheads. And what's nice about that is all of the bulkheads are actually numbered. Well, let's get the keel off first. And let's see. We'll go from here all the way to the front. And you can see it's got these little pieces that are really holding it together. So why don't we go ahead and we'll just cut that for now. See a bit where it's splintered, or it kind of stuck into the frame. Just want to make sure that that is nice and smooth. See right there? What we can do, we'll get it as smooth as we can now, and when the hull, the ribs are on, when everything is all set, we can go ahead and sand it down. Let's just make sure that all right. You can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You can see I'm thinking that is where the masts are going to go. I'm not 100% sure, but okay. So what we got to do is we're going to keep it straight up. Let's see. I don't think the stand is going to be much help. No. You know what I can do is use the pliers Yeah, that's good. Okay, so let's look for part 1. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, so right off the bat, this isn't going as planned. The wood itself does not have a really good separation, and you got to be really careful because when you try to separate it, everything breaks. Alright, so you can see how that's supposed to go. So now we need to use pliers to hold a repair. And right off the bat, we're not supposed to be worrying about repairs, so not off to a good start with this. Alright, let me put this back here because I'm gonna get all of them off now. But now we have to go around and we have to carefully trim every single one. And even the knife is too thick to get inside here. So I had just seen number 2. Here's number 2. Alright, this one came off a little bit easier. Like I said, we got to go around and cut all the way around it because there's more than just the little attachments. It's really not separated that well. But again, I'm not going to complain because of the price. Really can't complain. It was 15. It was kind of stuck on to this one. And we got 15. Okay, so we got all of the bulkheads. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start. You can see from 1, and we're going to go all the way up to 15. We're going to glue these in place. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to use the toothpick. And let me take this up and show you guys. So I'm going to use the toothpick and I'm going to actually put the wood glue inside, just like that. And just to be safe, we're going to put some on the inside of this as well. Now, the way the numbers are, I'm going to put the numbers close together. So to show you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to put the slot, and we're going to bring it all the way down. But be careful not to break it. And I'm going to push it down as far as it possibly can go. And I want to bring it flush. So it's just like that. Be careful not to push too hard. Okay, so we got 1, and I want to put the numbers up against each other. And again, I'm going to push it all the way down, just like that. Again, push it all the way down so that the frames are going to be flush, just like that. There. Starting to look pretty good. Or it's starting to look like a ship anyway. You can see how it's starting to form the hull, where the planks are going to go on the side. Alright, on to 10. Looks like we should clean up a little bit more of these. And where's 11? Okay, we got 11. Same thing. Looks like we have some of the flash. Although with a wood model, I don't know if it's called flash or not, but the stuff that needs to be removed. And we got the same thing on 12. And this has got to be smooth, because what we're going to do is we're going to put the planks onto the side. Alright, so let's glue number 10 bulkhead. And again, when you pushed it down, you want to make sure that the cross sections or the bulkheads are level or as down as far as they can go to make a smooth surface. Because I think it's the deck that's going to go on top. Alright, on to number 11. There we are. And what I want to do is, again, for this side, we'll clear off and spread some of that extra glue to make it look a little bit neater. And we'll do the same thing for this side. Here we are. You can see we've got all the planks in place. It's starting to actually look like a ship now. I think we can go ahead and put it this way now. Okay, so we got all of this in place. Now it looks like we're going to need to do the rudder. And you know what I'm thinking? Maybe we should put the deck on first before we do the rudder. So let's get the deck ready. And again, you can see all the slots where it's going to go. Now this is a lot thinner, so we're going to have to be way more careful with this. The wood is a little thinner, but the gaps are a little larger, so that's a good thing. Just like that. Pretty nice. Okay, so this is going to go right on top. You can see how all of the ribs are going to line up with all the bulkheads. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dab of glue all the way along there. And once it's placed, we'll put glue on the bottom part. So why don't we go ahead and do that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a dab of glue just like this along let's go down the other side now. And once the deck is on and it's in place with these points, then we can go ahead and we'll glue more from the bottom to make sure it's permanent. And we'll put some glue along the top. Okay, and we're going to take this part, the deck, and we got to make sure all the slots line up. And it looks like we're going to have to make some more repairs, because getting the deck on wasn't easy. And you can see there are some pieces that came off because of the it's so fragile. And we got to make sure that the deck is pushed all the way down. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll glue the bulkheads to the deck. Alright, so we glued all of the joints underneath. Now what we got to do now is push the deck down onto it. Make sure it's flush. You can hear the little snap when it clicks into place. That looks pretty straight. Alright, maybe now we can think about putting on the rudder. Alright, let's see. When it comes to the rudder, you can see how the halves are going to go together. It's going to look like this. And that is going to go on to the back, the aft end. Alright, let's find the pieces of the rudder. Okay, so we got the pieces of the rudder. And it looks like it's going to go together just like that. Alright, so you can see how there's some glue coming out, so we're going to use a paper towel just to clean it up a bit. Okay, you want to make sure the deck is down. See, it wants to lift a little bit. All right. Well, the rudder is drying. There are a couple of pieces that that are gonna go actually on top of here. And then these side panels are going to go up against it. See, they're showing the little ridges on the side, and that's not on this model. I'm wondering if it'd be better to put the pieces together and then put them onto the deck. Alright, so I clamped the rudder, so I had some time to dry. And what we're going to do now is we're going to glue the rudder into place. And again, it's going to go just like this. So let's get some glue ready. And let's try this again. That's going to look a little bit better. Yeah. Let's try looking at it in this way. I think that looks pretty good. And what we're going to do now is we'll take off the extra glue. And the Elmer's glue is actually pretty good at disappearing. So, I think that looks pretty good. So, we're going to call this part 1. So what we did was we laid the keel, we put in the bulkheads, and then we overlaid the main deck on to the ribs. And what we did after that was we put on the rudder. So, we're going to let this dry really well. And when this is all good and dry, we'll be ready to move on. What we're going to do is it's calling for us to put the handrails on the top, and we're going to do that next. But I'm not sure if we're going to glue each individual piece together first to make it more sturdy and then put it on. We'll see. But this concludes part 1, or actually this is part 2 because part 1 was the unboxing. Again, we got to get that keel nice and straight, just like that. So I thank you for watching, and until part 3, which is coming up really soon, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.